Dear friends, the last time we met in person at the ChilePork event was almost a year and a half ago, but then 2020 arrived. And just like everybody else, we had to face the great challenge that COVID-19 presented.
I put the pandemic on this year because there are two pandemic diseases. One is clear in animal health, that is African swine fever. As you know, African swine fever don't affect human at all, so it's a clear pandemic in animals. But we also have the contrary, in this case, the SARS COVID-19 that is a zoonotic disease and also affects on animals, but not the pigs. The pigs are very, very difficult to infect it with that. In relation with the other pandemic, with African swine fever, at this moment, I can tell you that this is the main threat of the global swine industry. As you know, the disease is spread very quickly since many, many years ago. It's already too many years that the virus is still around the world. It's already affecting 4 continents, more than 50 countries, and they are produced different epidemiological scenarios. So in some way, everything is going to be depending if we have a vaccine soon or not. And so, as you know, we still don't have a commercial vaccine available. And still, I don't think that it's going to be too quick to have this vaccine. The festival is a very complex virus. This is the biggest and most complex virus that is already around the world. They have 170 to 194 kilobase. So this is a large and enormous virus. So to solving these problems, one of the projects that today is one of the projects that look like very interesting, with very interesting prototype, is this European project, knowing Bactiva, that we presented 3 different vaccine candidates. We have to continue with surveillance program for preventions, not only for the human cases, but also in the case of ASF to our farm. And also Chile, in that case, have a fantastic surveillance program. Many things that we can do in the farms, they are doing already in Chile and other countries, like rules to avoid the entrance of infected humans, how to control that situation. And there is a very important documents and guideline to do that. And as I mentioned to you, I have the chance to walk around the world and visiting many places. And as you probably have the chance already to visit Chile, you know that Chile is free of all the terrible diseases that the swines are affected. They have a fantastic facilities and a fantastic measures to control not only the farms, but also the vehicles and of course the industry. So I really think that they have a very good and fantastic security at this moment. So my congratulations again to the Chilean people for that.
Konnichiwa, annyeonghaseyo, buenos dias, howdy. The first question, is China rebuilding from ASF? Yes, China is rebuilding their hog herd, but maybe not as fast as they suggest. The problem with ASF is, one, the virus is very strong and China's hog structure is very fragmented. They lost more than 50% of their swine. So here's China's answer to ASF. It's large-scale farms. So if you're in China, your solution is, 1, secure the farm. 2, ensure strict biosecurity on everything entering the farm. Secure the feed supply. Put new measures on pigs entering the farm. Truck wash protocols to clean the trucks. Build sow farms, sow units. Breed market gilts. They don't even wait for genetic sows. They breed the slaughter gilts, slaughter females. Then sell weaner pigs and count money. This has been very, very lucrative for China's big farms. And the real question is, when does a viable vaccine arrive? China still has ASF. So here's what I think. This is not the Chinese government. The Chinese government says they will recover in 2021. I don't think they will recover in 2021. The sharpest supply gap was in 2020. The gap is 24 million metric tons. That is massive. What if I'm wrong? What if China recovers next year, 2021, they completely rebuild their sow herd? Here's the problem. From 2018 to 2020, imports, beef, pork, and poultry into China increased 21 billion US dollars. If they recover their swine herd in 2021, there will be $21 billion of excess beef, pork, and poultry that will need to go somewhere else. Germany is out of the markets for now. They found African swine fever on September 10th. African swine fever migrated from Poland across the river into Germany. The official count of wild boars with ASF is now at 70. Actually, today, the count is up to 80.
Honored to meet you all and honored to be here with you today to talk you through what I believe is an exciting time for consumerism and for your industry. The amount of opportunity that is presenting itself during this pandemic in terms of relations, both between wholesalers, retailers, and consumers, is just amazing. I've always been fascinated by disruption, by the disruptive changes that are happening. A lot of them have been technological, of course, for the last 10 years, but now with the pandemic we have behavioral change, political change, economic change, technological change, all pressing down, and your industry is no different. I always loved this quote, standing still is the fastest way of moving backwards in a rapidly changing world. So because the world is changing around us so fast, even if you stand still and do nothing, you actually move backwards. You end up going backwards because all your competitors around you and other industries are moving forwards at pace. How does a business, no matter what the business, satisfy all those customers at the same time? It is difficult. We're stretching the amount of generations we have. Every industry is in a race for relevance with your customer and with the world at large. These old ways of working just simply don't work. The new ways do. And that's what you need to think about. You need to look at your industry, look at how you're working, and look for new business processes. This is really important to understand, even in the middle of the pandemic. There is always a comfort zone that we live in, and we tend to live in this comfort zone. This is the business that we know, how the business process works, how we work. But actually, the real magic of business expansion and business growth is always outside of that. So you have to look at your business always in ways to say, how can I rip off my shirt today and let my superhero out? Because all of your business problems, remember that ball, pushing that ball up the hill? Whatever's pushing against you, you are the only person that can come up with a creative way to push back. So all those values that I've talked about, that need for speed, for instant, that expecting customer that we all have, they want flexibility, we need to build around that blue dot, them in the middle, they want it all around them, personalized product, personalized process. They want you to be authentic and real. They want to do business with genuine people. They want to have stories to share about you within their peer network, but you need to make those stories happen by giving them experiences and by having emotional connection. If you can do all the things that I spoke about there, you have a business that will last a lot longer than price or commodity product.